Employers for Disability NI is a network of employers helping people with disabilities in Northern Ireland in work, and I'm delighted to say I'm in conversation right now with Agnes Lunny, OBE, Chief Executive of Positive Futures, and we're here in Bangor. First and foremost, Agnes, just tell me in a nutshell, what do you do here at Positive Futures?
We're a limited company, a charity, co-founded by myself in 1995, and we support people with a learning disability, acquired brain injury and autistic spectrum condition. And that's children, adults, and we also support their families, and we work with the community to support inclusion and to facilitate I suppose better lives and welcoming communities for people with a learning disability and their families across Northern Ireland.
Can you tell me, Agnes, how your disability affects you?
Well, I have been for a long time now. I don't want to tell you how long in case you put an age on me, but for a long time I have been described as having no useful vision. I was first diagnosed with my eyesight problem when I was 8. So through school, I don't really remember doing anything beyond. The last book I read was Heidi, which was a fabulous book. Everything else has been done through audio. So right through from my 11 plus, I did an 11 plus with a magnifying glass, went right through school, university, and right through to now. I don't see myself as having a disability. And I think part of that is that I grew up in a family where can do was the attitude. You know, it's about what you can do. It's about ability rather than disability. You know, I think the first stage in anything to do with disability is accepting it, and then thinking, what is it that I can do? And there's no barriers. You can do anything you want to do. Yes, you'll need support. You'll need different types of support. But my disability hasn't affected me. That's not to say that the road has been easy. The road's been difficult at times, but I love it when people say to me, I didn't even know you couldn't see.
What kind of experience did you have when you were looking for a job?
I went to university, and in those days I did a foundation degree from which then you could choose a path of social work, psychology, whatever. And you had to do, you know, I can't remember what you had to get, a first or a 2-1 in your first year exams to be chosen for social work. So I was in my social work interview, and I was being more or less told that I couldn't really do social work. You know, how can you really do social work? You don't see, you know, how are you going to manage field work? How are you going to manage all these things? And I found that really difficult. And the people who interviewed me, I've told them that since, that I found that really difficult. And I suppose my answer to the questions and the challenges presented me were, well, if I don't do social work here, I can do it somewhere else.
Okay, you've talked about some of the negative experiences you had when you were initially going through your first jobs. But do you have or experience any difficulties in your current workplace? And if so, what are they?
I haven't, and I suppose I'm in a very, very beneficial and luxurious position. I'm chief executive of this company, so I treat myself very well. But what I do is I ensure that across this organisation, the values of this organisation, which is about rights, it's about choice, it's about equality, it's about fair treatment, that permeates every single part of the organisation. And I'm very proud to say we employ a significant number of people with disabilities in this organisation. Do we employ them because they have disabilities? No, not at all. We employ them because they're the right people for the job. Yeah. And if they need support from us to go on and do their job, that's what they get. What
adjustments, Agnes, if any, are needed to support your job?
I'm very clear about what my needs are, and I'm very clear that to get the best out of me, I need to have support to meet those needs. So I have a fabulous PA who, for her sins, has worked with me for 20 years. Everything is read to me. I don't use any paper. I am a complete technophobe, so I don't use technology. I don't use Braille. How do I cope? I have a fabulous memory. I go to meetings and I unsettle people because I arrive with no papers and no books, and I talk through, you know, minutes of meetings, and I refer to paragraph 3 on page 6. So I think I have probably very much developed. People will say, oh, you've heightened other senses are more heightened. Well, if you use your senses, of course they will develop and they will get stronger. So I have a fabulous memory. You know, I travel. Increasingly, I'm traveling more by taxi. I have a degenerative disease, so, you know, I have no useful vision now. So if I'm going places that I don't know, I haven't been before, I have to go by taxi because I have no memory of them. So most of my sight at the moment is from memory. So if I haven't been there, I can't remember what it was like. So yeah, I think, you know, that's the support that I have, and it works really, really well for me. And as I said earlier, the joy I get is when people say, I didn't know you couldn't see.
Obviously, I can tell from the passion that you talk with, you love your job. How does your job make you feel?
It's a privilege to have the job that I have. I'm exceptionally lucky that I every day know that what we're doing in this organisation is really making a genuine difference, and that I am in a role that I can influence, that I can create a vision for this organisation, I can lobby and bring people on board, and that I know, because life's short, and I suppose I am interested in the wake, you know, it's like the boat on the wake it leaves behind. I want to make sure that I leave this life knowing that I've contributed something. You know, I'm not going to die with my music in me. I'm going to get that all out before I go. And I think that's the bit that's really important for me. I love what I do. I'm very lucky with the people who work in this organisation. We're now talking 400 or 500 people. They're all fantastically talented. And, you know, I had two choices when I was at school. The choices were a piano tuner or a receptionist, because that's what blind people were offered. I love music. I love playing music, but I don't want to tune pianos. And I love speaking, as you can appreciate, but I don't want to be a telephone operator or receptionist. Never, ever, ever would I say to people, because you have a disability, you can't. And I think that's the bit about employers. We need to be saying to employers, find the person, don't focus on the disability.